What's up, sweeties? It's been a minute, but we're back, and I have an absolute banger to share with you. Guys, I have done some crazy shit in my life, but I drank ayahuasca last weekend, and it is, without question, the most intense thing that has ever happened to me. I'm still integrating this experience, and I expect that process will last weeks or months or even years. You know, this shit isn't one and done. This is a deep and fascinating process. I want to share it with you while it is still fresh in my mind and in my heart. Let's go. I drank ayahuasca for the first time a few years ago, and I made a video about that experience. I'm going to link it like here. It's half an hour of your life that you won't get back, and it's about 25 minutes too long, in my opinion. The TLDW is that it was an incredibly powerful and deeply healing experience for me. I really, really loved it. It was amazing, and I've drunk ayahuasca a couple of times since then. And while those experiences have definitely been interesting, they weren't maybe quite as profound or radically meaningful as my first exposure to ayahuasca. Last weekend was my fourth bite at the apple, and friends, holy fucking shitballs did I get absolutely torn apart. I've been out of the country for the last 30 months, traveling around, meeting amazing people and doing awesome shit, which was a decision that was largely catalyzed by my experience with ayahuasca and the realization that I was working very hard, doing absolutely nothing and going absolutely nowhere, not fulfilling any of my hopes, wants, or needs or desires, not becoming the fullest expression of myself, just smashing my head into a wall, doing what everyone else seems to do every day. You know, we go to work and waste their fucking lives. Anyway, I got contacted by a guy when I was out of the country that I drank ayahuasca with on my first ayahuasca experience. We developed a very, very strong and real camaraderie throughout the course of that experience. And when he told me that he was putting together another circle and would like me to be there, of course I was in. Fast forward a few months, I'm back and it's happening. All right. So we were drinking at a very, very beautiful location. It's very remote. It's in the middle of the Australian bush, and it is just stunning, honestly. The facilitators that hosted this evening, they just do a beautiful job of facilitating medicine circles like this. They're very attentive, present, compassionate, patient. They just have nothing but praise for these people. You know, they're fucking amazing. Our ceremony was going to take place over 2 nights. On the first night, we were drinking a brew comprised of ayahuasca wine with chacruna as the DMT component. And on the second night, we were drinking a brew with using the same vine, but with Australian native acacias for the DMT component. I'd never drunk chacruna before. I do have some limited experience with Australian acacia or Ayahuasca. So I feel like I have a little bit of a relationship with that brew. My first night with chacruna was lovely. It was cute. Not necessarily revelatory or profound in any really kind of huge way. Night number 2. Friends, nothing could have prepared me for what I was about to experience. We begin dosing. Everyone has their first cup, goes back to the beds. We wait. There's periods of meditation. There's periods of silence. There's gorgeous music. I'm sitting there twiddling my thumbs, you know, and this happens. I tend to metabolize slowly. All drugs that I take, I tend to metabolize slowly. So this is not unusual for me. But I'm sitting there twiddling my thumbs. Some of the group are starting to go in. Then the call was made for the second round of medicine. We approach. Then my guy, he says to me, "How'd the first cup go?" And I said, you know, pretty mild, nothing much. So he sort of raised his eyebrows because he was aware that the evening before, my evening wasn't a non-event, but it wasn't particularly intense. So he said to me, "Do you want large, extra large, or Mike Tyson?" Referring to the size of the dose. I was like, "Mikey T, baby, let's go." So he poured me a substantial dose, and I went back to my bed and I drank it. And again, sat there doing not a whole damn lot for a while. He did say to me, "Look, if this isn't working, then just come and see me. We'll get you dosed. You know, don't just sit there with your thumb in your ass. You know, let's go." And so I waited and I waited and I waited. And then I began to feel a little bit impatient. I mean, I'm into fucking equanimity, bro. Like, I cultivate peace in my life. I take that very seriously. You know, I have a meditative practice. I've spent weeks at Vipassana retreats, you know, sitting in silence. You know, I'm on board with equanimity. I realized the relationship between desire and suffering profoundly. You know, I've examined that in exquisite detail. So I'm not an impatient person. But in this instance, I was thinking to myself, well, we're out here, you know, we're doing the thing, sitting here, this is what we came to do. I want to get, you know, I want to go deep. I'm going to hit him up. So I made the request for another cup. He sort of sized me up, gauged where I was at, said, "Okay, all right." And he dosed me down the hatch, neck minute. I'm laying on the ground, fucking melting into the earth, having a exquisite experience. The guys are playing some glorious, warm, earthy music. This chick has a voice like a fucking angel, because she is a fucking angel, and she's just singing these glorious songs. It's ecstatic, it's warm, it's like it's like every cell in my body is having a nice warm cuddle. I'm feeling the earth sort of moving up underneath me and just cradling me and holding me. It's glorious. Not an ounce of nausea. I'm like in the zone. And here I am thinking, I'm not going to be nauseous, you know, because sometimes you don't purge. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Most of the time you do, but sometimes you don't. And here I am thinking, no, I got this one. You know, it's cool. This is great. I'm just going to sit here and have, you know, blissful experience. And then shit got weird. I'm in this beautiful, beautiful state of trance, and I'm feeling my sort of default mode network kind of down regulate, and this primal sort of part of me just come online, and my nervous system was just taking over. I was breathing really, really heavily and rhythmically, and even sort of humming subtly on my exhales, and like some vagal nerve activation. This is all completely spontaneous. This wasn't sort of conscious. I wasn't thinking about doing this. And I'm kind of sitting there in a little monk mode, rocking myself into this deep state of hypnosis. You know, I've spent fucking, honestly, weeks, if not months of my life on dance floors listening to repetitive music. I know all about trance experiences. Trance dance is my like fucking weapon of choice. You know, it's my most enduring system of divination. The vehicle that I use to access the divine is certainly rhythm and certainly dance. And so I'm sitting there rocking around in this just fucking deep hypnosis. Often those experiences, those sort of deep states of trance, can take me a long time to achieve. You know, it can take many minutes or hours even of some sort of repetitive motion before I'm sort of in, you know. And I adore those sensations, and it actually amazes me why people go to raves and don't do that. A lot of people go to raves just to sort of get loaded and have a chat, which is awesome. Don't get me wrong, love getting loaded and having a chat, but like, guys, don't you dance? Like, shut the fuck up. This is so sick. Like, shut the fuck up. Anyway, so I'm rocking myself into this deep state of hypnosis, loving it, all right? And things are getting really intense. My open eye state is extremely busy, so much going on. I can't define where human beings stop and the earth starts. It's all this one fucking, you know, lattice of energy. It's brilliant and it's beautiful. You know, things getting wild. My closed eye state is really activating. Then my guy says, okay, last call for medicine. Before he even got the words out of his mouth, before he even finished the sentence, the words, "Let's go, champ," actually came out of my mouth. He sort of giggles. People sort of look up like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And so I'm wriggling down to the end of my bed. He says, how are you feeling? I say, I'm feeling fucking awesome. I'm in, but I want to go deeper. I haven't purged yet, mind you, right? And he's like, okay, so what, do you want to have that another dose again? I'm thinking, well, fuck, I'm already in pretty deep shit. I don't know. Yeah, same. Look, let's go. He's hesitated. He looked at me, he gauged where I was at, and he poured me another dose. In that moment between where he poured me that cup and I went back and sat in my bed, it all of a sudden became abundantly clear that I was tripping dicks, okay? I was really fucking high. Loving it though, loving it. Really, every cell in my body is like, let's fucking do this, right? In my closed eye state, I was seeing inside of my body, but not like my physical manifestation. This was like my energetic body. And in the center of my vision, this fucking serpent, dude, I'm not even kidding. All right, so before we go on, I read a lot about ayahuasca, and I read all sorts of things about the sort of traditional mythology around this medicine, and then all of the sort of fluffy fucking, you know, yogawaska sort of mythology that has come with it since this medicine has been commodified and has, you know, gone fucking global and is now like an industry, you know. And so I'm quite resistant to a lot of these ideas of like grandmother ayahuasca and oh, did the mother visit you and you know, her coming to you as a serpent and whatever. I'm like, yeah, sure, okay, well, you know, whatever. So I've kind of lost a bit of patience for that sort of stuff, in the same way that I don't really take Abrahamic religion seriously, like their ancient texts. Guys, this is just fucking, you know, this is not the literal word of God, guys, you know. Guys, it's the vibe. Would you shut the fuck up? Anyway, so I feel the same way about ayahuasca culture and a lot of plant medicine culture. For me, it just feels like, I don't know, realistic or pragmatic or whatever. So the fact that these serpents appeared to me is interesting, and I can't deny that this is what happened. So anyway, I'm seeing these fucking wild fucking serpents entering my energetic field. Whoa, dude, friends, brothers, sisters, shut the fuck up. Listen to me. This was so fucking wild. And they are fucking fierce and predatory, and they are ravenous, okay? And they're just fucking teeming through this energetic body of mine, and they're hunting negative energy that was like appearing like rodents and vermin that was scurrying around through my energetic system. And these serpents are just fucking just fucking murdering these rodent this vermin that is in my energetic system. It is excruciatingly painful. I'm curled up in a ball. I'm fighting for my fucking life, right? So I went from fucking little Zen monk mode to being absolutely fucking slaughtered. But I'm up for it though. It's amazing. Like this is ecstatic and excruciating at the same time. I'm curled up in these balls, and these serpents are rampaging through my energetic body, and they're just destroying all this negative energy, this darkness that is inside me. And I'm feeling every single bit of it. And they looked so sick, you know, they look like these gnarly energetic fucking vipers. When they open their mouth, there's this just fucking white gold light just fucking bursting out of their mouths, and they're just starving, you know, and they're cruising around my system, fucking bang, bang, bang. I'm hurting, dude. For fucking so long, I'm laying there fighting for my fucking life, and then the purge began. Fucking Jesus Christ. So I'm feel it coming, grab my bucket and just exploding into this bucket. I can vomit with grace sometimes. This was not that, not even a little bit. Like I pride myself on being able to vomit in absolute silence sometimes when I have to, you know, without sounding like giving birth. This was not that, man. I was fucking yodeling into this bucket, right? And again, loving it. And like my closed eye state is so alive and so beautiful and brilliant. So the guys had wound down some of the music that they were performing live, and there was this fucking banger playing, this fucking steezy tune that was so fucking groovy. And so I'm fucking head nodding, getting myself into the zone while just exploding into this bucket. and I mean, it's hard work, man. It was really hard. Like it was hurting a lot. Like it was a struggle. It was, but I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Every part of me was in on that experience, you know. I'm in this state, still leaning over and sipping Aya, mind you. Like when I just like have a little moment to drink some water and, you know, dose more, like as if I wasn't already in so fucking much deeper than I've ever been before. This experience tends to come in waves, and the first wave had hit and it was intense and it hurt a lot. And I was thinking that maybe I was out of the woods then, and okay, cool, yeah, I'm good, I'm composed, and I think I got this, and then turns out I didn't got this. All right, so then the next wave starts coming over, and it is bigger than the last one and more intense. And so this war is going on inside of my body. I'm getting torn apart from the inside. It feels like there are things fucking trying to tear their way out of my abdomen. So painful. This primal part of me comes online, and all these interesting ways of self-soothing. So like I'm like patting my face, and my breath was so deep and rhythmic, and like and trying to sort of regulate my nervous system. Okay, so I'm struggling. I'm fucking yeah, I'm hurting. I'm in trouble. I'm in a lot of pain. I'm not having a good time. But I am though. Like I'm it's at the same time just terrible and excruciating and torturous really, but ecstatic as well. I was up for it, and like the purges were so deep and so intense, but it felt amazing to be blasting the shit out of my body. And then I needed to go to the toilet yesterday. All right, so my body was ejecting the contents of my digestive system with an urgency that I have never experienced before. I need to shit pronto, ASAP, like now, you know. I managed to get to my feet and struggled through to the bathroom. I mean, I was my visual field was so busy and distorted, but I could still navigate. I could still see where I had to go and whatever. And the other guy's like, "You okay?" I'm like, "Yes, thank you." Because even in my state, man, I was coherent and even patient and like polite with the people that were talking to me. Just amazing. Like this shit will reveal to you your capacity in such an interesting and and powerful way. I stumble into the toilet and I sit myself down. It turns out I don't need to shit. I'm going to vomit again. It just comes out of nowhere. And this is another thing that I'm normally really good at this. Like, I know that I'm going to vomit 40 minutes before it happens. And it's always amazed me where you'll be sitting at a party and somebody just vomits on the fucking coffee table. It's like, dude, you tell me you didn't know 20 minutes ago that that was going to happen? Get the fuck out of here, you know? But not me this time. I'm sitting on the shitter with my fucking pants down, and then I start to vomit. I fucking catch my vomit, get to my feet, pull my shorts up, burst out of the toilet, and just start fucking downloading into this sink. My homie comes to check on me. He's like, you good? He could see that I was in trouble, you know. I'm saying to him, dude, I'm getting tortured. Do you want some rape to come back down? And I looked at him. I said, thank you, but no thank you. Rape's not really for me, you guys, honestly. It makes me nauseous. I haven't had a lot of experience with it, but it tends to fucking knock me around a little bit. And I was already getting absolutely fucking slammed. So there's no way that I wanted to like throw anything else into that mix. He's like, okay, cool, man, you good? So I'm sitting there just pouring myself into this sink for a little while, and then realize that I definitely need to shit. And again, so it's as simple as saying, hey guys, could you grab me a bucket? But no, not me. I'm a fucking superstar. I have to do everything myself. So I'm like, take a few deep breaths, fucking navigate back to my bed, get my bucket, fucking just cruise back to the toilet, close the door, sit down just in time to explode into this toilet. Like, dude, you don't understand. Shut the fuck up. You don't get it. My body was blasting the contents of my digestive system in a way that I just have never experienced. And I'm vomiting so much. And this is the thing. Where is this all coming from? Like, I haven't actually consumed that much over the course of that day, and shit is just pouring out of me with like intensity, dude, violent. It was crazy. I'm also hitting my absolute peak of this kind of visionary experience too. It's glorious. I'm getting torn apart. I'm getting fucking crucified here. This shit was nuts. I'm turning inside out into this bucket, and I fucking loved it. I fucking loved it. And my visions, I was seeing the most amazing shit. And I mean, it was incredibly aesthetic. And it's a strange thing. It seems like ayahuasca sort of interfaces with me and my like taste and what I find aesthetically pleasing, and then presents to me exactly what I want to see, you know. And also I was like auditory hallucinations. I was hearing banging tunes, like absolute bangers, like the most gangster shit. And so I was seeing in this experience, when I was getting fucking torn apart, and I was seeing myself in my fullest expression, the most resplendent, radiant, patient, benevolent, beautiful version of myself, all right? Like, tatted the fuck up. I mean, like, I was dripped out, you know? This crazy fucking geometric aura just radiating off of me. I looked fucking gangster. And these tunes, this fucking massive tune, just I'm having like a fucking ecstatic peak experience of self-love while I'm getting fucking destroyed. This was everything at once. Like, this is the most pain I've ever been in. I was fucking terrified. Like, I was pissing myself with absolute terror, literally, and having the time of my fucking life. Dude, it was so sick. Like, it seems so weird. It even seems weird to try to articulate it. This is like, by all accounts, the most terrible thing that's ever happened to me. But I was having the time of my fucking life, man. I'm fucking terrified. I'm ecstatic. I'm shitting my guts out. I'm vomiting with the sort of intensity that I've never experienced before. I'm fucking radiant. I am giving fucking birth into this bucket, dude. I'm like in a state and absolutely loving every single second of it. Every cell in my body is like, fuck yeah, dude. It felt like my whole fucking ancestry was behind me in my corner going, fucking go, Marty. We fucking knew you could do this. You are built for this shit. Go, son. I'm fighting for my life, dude, and loving it. Like, come on, come at me. Guys, like, I cannot fucking overemphasize. This was so fucking much. This was like almost everything that I could feel, I was feeling in that moment. This is the singularity, guys. It was fucking massive. Fuck me. It was scary. And so ecstatic. Like, what? I had no idea. I had no idea that I could feel all of those things at once, you know? All right. And then I moved into what I can only describe as an ego death experience. I could feel this like tectonic fucking energy shift happening. The wave of nausea had stopped. I came to fucking gasping for air. I was fucking drowning. I came through just gasping for air, realizing where I was and that I needed to get my shit together. One of the boys, bless him, knock, 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 Marty, are you doing okay in there? I say to him, thank you, brother, I'm good. And then he goes, okay, just checking. Like, thank you, bro, love you. You know, he leaves me alone because, dude, it must have sounded like I was being fucking exercised in there. I mean, this was wild. This was demonic and so gangster. Like the coolest shit that's ever happened to me. What the fuck, you know? When objectively, I'm fucking sitting naked on a toilet with a bucket, sick as a motherfucking bitch, hurling my fucking soul into this bucket, and this is the best thing that's ever happened to me. You know, like what the fuck is this medicine? I pull my shit together, literally and figuratively. I'm like trying to remember how to wipe my own ass, and it's like the first time I've ever done it. I'm like taking the toilet roll off the wall and studying it and trying to remember how all this works, and then just breathing and remembering, you know, that I have a body and come on, Marty, we can do this. It's cool, and start being really kind to myself, and which felt great, you know, because I don't do that typically. You know, my internal dialogue is, come on, fuckhead, get your shit together. But this was not that at all. This was this really, really kind and patient version of me that was talking to me. And I loved that. So I'll get myself cleaned up. I'm good. Turns out a bit of my vomit did hit the ground. Not as much as I thought. Thank fuck. I flicked the light on, sort my shit out, get out, wash myself up in the sink, give my bucket a rinse, hands on the sink, just having a few deep breaths, like, you know, and then I went back and I laid down in my bed, and friends, holy shit, I just melted into this bed. I'd just been pushed to my absolute capacity. Like I was fucking redlining. I had nothing left to give in that experience. And then now I was rewarded. Then I was rewarded with this just this absolutely gorgeous sense of peace and tranquility, and to collapse into my bed and pull my little blanket up and smash my head into the pillows. I was just blubbering and giggling. I turned into a fucking child again. It was so nice. Then I just completely fucking dissolved. My biology just took over. I just started moving into these beautiful, deep rhythmic breaths, and then just moving back into this sort of state of trance. Then so I just sat there and meditated. Now, I've considered making video about this before. This is not what this video is about, but you know, here we are. So fuck it, bonus round, bring it in, champions. If you know how to meditate and you are rolling tits on ayahuasca and you can compose yourself long enough to sit there and meditate, then OMG, you are in for a treat, dude. Honestly, I could actually action ego death in that experience. It was my choice to die. I experienced my own death in that instance, and it was glorious. Like I had been so deeply involved in this story of my own narrative, in this image of myself, and it was amazing. I'd never loved myself more than I did in that moment. Like I'd never had the audacity to even conceive that I could be that beautiful, or that big, that powerful, that perfect, that fully expressed in like the truest and most authentic way that I possibly could. And then I just let that die. I just let it go, you know, holding on to this thing that is like the most precious thing ever that I could possibly imagine. And then I just breathed my way into nothingness, and I just felt my physical manifestation just dissolve. I'm seeing my body turn into this energetic fucking matrix. It was like energetic, but also seemed like organic. It was sort of vascular, and then sort of kind of broadening my sort of field of awareness, and realizing that I'm just in this enormous tapestry of energy, this like infinite energetic matrix that is everything that is alive. And I'm interfacing with it. I'm plugging into it. It felt like fucking USBs going in, just like shh. And this looked like a fucking Tool video clip. All right, this is straight out of an Alex Gray painting. Like, I fucking love that motherfucker, by the way, in that band. Jesus Christ, this was just like God mode, dude. I didn't exist anymore. Nothing existed anymore. I wasn't a human being anymore. I just left everything behind, and then reintegrated into this like eternal fucking network of being. It was like This shit, it, it was it was colossal, dude. And I existed in that as that for a time. Then would like kind of sort of dip in and out a little bit. Then I'd feel my body again. My body was spasming, and some of it was sort of voluntary, and a lot of it was involuntary though. Like I was twitching and spasming. It was almost like my body, my fucking biology was pulling my consciousness back into it. Like, hey, whoa, get back here, dude. You know, there's plenty of time for that. Come back here. You know, I need you in here right now. And then so I landed back in my vessel. The shit got so weird. Yeah, I was spasming. I was kicking sort of violently. I was thrashing my head around. I was biting myself. I had bruises on my fucking biceps because I was like biting myself and like coming back into my body and still having these auditory hallucinations. Bangers, friends, massive tunes. I have some sort of vague recollection of this, but I was rolling around on the ground, like clicking and fucking beatboxing and making weird noises and like it was real childlike. And here's the thing, I don't beatbox, you know, like, like maybe in the car sometimes, it's not a thing that I do, but apparently I'm on the ground. And again, vague recollection, but the guy's telling me about this later. I'm on the ground going, like in this little fucking like stupor. Yeah, I was in a delirium, and it made me think of like when McKenna talks about glossolalia, when you're that deep into a psychedelic experience that the body just begins to vocalize or make noise in some way as a way of like expressing or interfacing with whatever is going on. And this is really, really fascinating because I mean the whole idea around Icaros, you know, special songs, these special vibrations that sort of work with the medicine. I wonder if at a certain point the body just begins to try to fill in the blanks, to try to bridge the gap and like make these noises kind of spontaneously to scratch that itch or something. I don't sing, dude. I don't even sing in the shower. It's just not a thing that I do. But I am a beats guy. Rhythm and beats are like so like that shit is so deep in me, you know, that's the deepest shit that there is for me, honestly. And so the fact that my body took over and started like generating these kind of rhythms that I was engaging with interests me. And it's all a bit cringe too. It's kind of embarrassing to think that I was sitting there because I was fucking flicking my legs around. One of the girls thought I was doing aerobics or something at one point because I'm fucking spasming into a fucking caterpillar. You know, who knows? So things are winding down. The guy's turning the lights off. Most people are sort of are tapering down in their processes. My vision is beginning to normalize. I can sort of see around the room, and I'm thanking God. I'm thanking Jesus. I'm thanking Allah. I'm thanking anyone who will fucking listen, because I was like, oh my God, I actually made it through. Didn't know. I was so spent. I was like, that had sucked every single thing out of me. I had nothing left. And it was starting to wind down, and I was just thanking the fucking Lord. And then another wave, a fucking big one, an enormous wave came over me. So I'm seeing my visual field just explode again. I'm starting to panic at this point. Like, oh no, we're not doing it again, are we? Then Ayahuasca's like, yeah. And I'm like, dude, I don't know if I can do this. Ayahuasca's like, let's go, champ. And I'm like, you fucking idiot. So then the next wave comes. I'm stumbling to my knees. I'm looking around for my bucket. I left it in the fucking laundry where I was just like being exercised hours before. I reach around. I managed to find a bucket just in time. We are off to the races again, friends. Right back into the trenches. This was brutal. I mean, I had nothing left in the tank, dude. I could barely lift my head up off the bed, and we are straight back into it. Oh man, I'm getting fucking shredded again. The poor people in my group, you know, they're trying to sleep, they're trying to wind down, and here I am just going fucking beast mode into this fucking bucket again. One of my dear friends, he came to my aid, and he was just sitting with me, you know, just hand on my shoulder, helping me drink some water, and asking if I needed any help. I told him that I needed to shit. He said, do you need me to help you? I didn't even really have the energy to respond at that point. But to his credit, he just sat there with me for a little while. I was hurting, dude. I was fucking struggling, but I was stable. I was okay. And I was able to communicate to him that I was okay, and that this was just my turn. You know, I asked for this. I want to see what I'm made of. So yeah, let's fucking find out. So anyway, he went back to bed, and I managed to get myself to the toilet again, and my body just fucking let go. I was screaming into this bucket. You know, it must have been so loud. It was so late, and and I'm just in a storm of fucking intensity again. Then some poor prick tries to come to the toilet and he opens the door a little bit to see my naked body sitting there with a fucking bucket in my lap, just, just dying into this bucket. I'll be real with you. This one wasn't so ecstatic. This one pushed me so hard. It pushed me so far. This was a dark night of the soul. Yeah, things took a fucking turn. My ecstatic wave was definitely over, and this was just fucking torture, you know. And still, I fucking loved it though, because apparently I'm fucked up like that going in. But my intention was to stop focusing on where I'm lacking, and maybe be open to being reminded of some of my more redeeming qualities. And there's not many things that I'll say about myself, you know, it's not easy for me to give myself praise or say what I'm good at, and that is so fucking crippling, such a fucking enormous hurdle. But one thing that I can say with absolute confidence is that I am an incredibly resilient organism, and you know, when shit gets tough, I come to life. This was exactly what I wished for. Okay, Marty, let's go, champ. Let's see what you got. And I got fucking murdered, you know. Holy fuck, did I get murdered. Friends, this was the craziest shit. Man, that last round was fucking torture. You know, I managed to get myself sorted and I limped back to my bed. I was wounded, guys. It was like, you know, you see those nature documentaries where like some beta male in a fucking pack of lions gets fucking mauled to within an inch of its life, and then it limps back to the side of the fucking river where it's just going to bleed out and die. That was me, dude. And again, my beautiful, beautiful body and my beautiful nervous system just took over for me. I've been meditating for fucking years now, dude. So like my body knows what to do. And I love that about it. I love this fucking thing, man. I fucking love this thing. I fucking love this thing. So this is the thing, like at the end of this experience, I'm fucking spent. I'm a husk of a human being, and I'm so grateful for everything. Like I survived. Yes. Like my body is a fucking temple. This thing will do anything I need it to do. What a treat. What an amazing fucking treat. What a miracle to have this beautiful body. And my mind, you know, my mind, it's like I got scared towards the end there. I started to slip and started thinking, fuck, I need to ask for help. Like I was psychologically so fucking fragile, but nope, I was good. And I told myself it was going to be all right. And I thanked myself, and this beautiful supportive dialogue just started just emanating out of me, out of my heart, you know. Then, holy shit, it wasn't even over, not even close. Then my mind starts going to some really fucking weird places. I start having like those dream-like sort of hallucinations. And I saw my mum die. My mum is still alive, bless her, thank fucking Christ. And my relationship with her has been tumultuous, you know, at times over the years. And it's been a huge, huge thing for me to understand that relationship and to heal that relationship. She may or may not see this video, and part of her might be like, what the fuck are you talking about? But it's been a huge and real thing for me. In my vision, I found her dead. I walked into her house and found her lifeless body laying there. It broke me. It fucking broke me. This is brutal. This is where ayahuasca does not fuck around, dude. I was fucking barbecued already, and now I'm having this experience. I'm feeling heartbreak and deep grief, and I'm crying, and it's and I'm like, dude, are you fucking serious? Give it a rest. I've already died tonight. Can we just keep it to one death tonight? Is that all right? And then, yes, I'm sitting there like just stewing in this grief and the realization that she's going to die. Like I knew that she wasn't dead. You know, I knew that I could open my eyes and like, okay, Marty, you're tripping dicks, you dude. She's still alive. It's fine. But she's going to die, you know. And then I was sort of visited by my brother's kids, my nieces and nephew, who, if you've watched my other video about my first ayahuasca experience, you would know that these children are one of the best things that ever happened to me. And like I love those kids like I've never loved anything before in my life. And then they visited me in this state, and so the love I had for them filled me back up again. Then the realization that I'm going to die and they're going to grieve my loss. And I'm like, guys, fucking Jesus, can we get off this roller coaster of grief and doom, you know? But But then really the lesson here is that this is unavoidable. This is part of life. Life is this little moment in time, and then it's over. Okay, all right. So I met this chick recently that I'm fucking like crazy about, and then she visits me, and my heart just explodes with fucking optimism and excitement, you know, for her. But the fact that how excited I am that she even exists. And so then I kind of took this like zoomed out type of impression of life, and that it's just this little, you know, there's this little game going on, and we're only here for a little bit, you know. And so the things that we have to say to people, we need to say that to them now. There's no time to be cool and fuck around and try to be fucking edgy and fucking mysterious, man. You know, if you love someone, you better stare them in the fucking eye and tell them, dude, because you don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, I'm really thinking about that one a lot, and I've contacted some friends of mine since then, in different ways, and like try not to make it weird. You know, you come back from a medicine journey and you're like, dude, I love you, man. You know, it's so cliche and bullshitty, but but it's real though, you know. Fuck, man, so much happened in that experience. It was so much. It was so fucking mega huge. I remember thinking when I was winding down, this is enough for me for a little while, you know. This is enough for me for a little while. But that lasted about fucking 5 minutes. Like I'm keen. I fucking love this shit. I fucking love this shit so much, you know. And it's going to be a part of my life forever. These experiences are absolutely magical. And I'm laying there thinking like that same cliche thing that all trippers think of when they're in the middle of a medicine journey is, I wish the world's leaders would do this, you know. Imagine Trump dog and fucking Vladimir getting on the fucking aisle and hurling their fucking guts up into a bucket together. You know, this shit will humble you like nothing else. Some of us need to be destroyed. I needed to be destroyed, clearly, you know. Fuck, I'm glad that happened to me. Like, I am stoked beyond words that happened to me. I cannot fucking believe it. And so now I'm walking away with this remembrance, this unbreakable, fucking uncompromising optimism. Like, this is going to work. We are going to make it. Like, this living system is built to last. It is eternal. It is just breathtakingly complex, unimaginably beautiful. Life is impossibly fantastic and miraculous in every fucking sense of the word. Like, we cannot fuck this up. We cannot fuck this up, you guys. These plants will reconnect you. These plants will reconnect you to the earth, and you'll remember. It just changes things. It just fucking changes everything. Reintegrating back into the, you know, back into the wild, back into a living system. And it's not about banging sticks together and being fucking feral. It's about being part of a living system. And we can do that in some incredibly sophisticated human ways, you know. But I'm not going to sit here and fucking bore you with my ideas about how the fucking future should or would look. But yeah, I really need to get that one off my chest. Ayahuasca is incredibly powerful medicine. And I cannot believe what happened to me last weekend. Ayahuasca has already changed my life, and it just fucking changed it again. Just ratcheted up my appreciation another fucking 100-fold for being a human being on this planet. I've never loved myself more than I do right now. And I don't know what's going to happen, friends, but that was a biggie. If you're still watching, thank you very much. I love you. If you liked and subscribed, then I love you. If you didn't like and subscribe, I still love you. It doesn't matter. You know, it's all love. It can't be anything else but love. You know what I mean? So be well, be kind, call your mum, hug people. You're a fucking miracle. You're a fucking miracle, you know, and you have an infinite capacity to improve the quality of lives of those around you. And in doing so, you will improve your own immeasurably. Dude, believe me. Be cool, be kind, go fuck yourself.